let us all study in detail in today's session hosted by Srimati P. Joshna Rani, PGT Economics, TSMS, Jakkapalli, Narsapur, Medak district. She has completed her master's in economics as well as commerce. She did her Bachelor of Education. Ma'am worked at Genius High School as a social studies teacher. She worked in various junior colleges as well as degree colleges for 6 to 7 years. Presently, she is working at TSMS Jakkapalli from past 7 years. Madam is having a vast experience of 18 years of teaching profession. Now, over to Joshna ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to the webinar team, students of Telangana Model School and the viewers. Myself, Josna Rani, PGT Economics, TSMS Jakkapalli, Narsapur, Medak. Today I am here to discuss about population from the Unit 2, Population and Human Resource Development. See children, first, before entering into the topic, let us try to understand the meaning of population. So here, what is population? Population is nothing but the total number of persons inhabiting a country, city, or any area. Children, we are very well known about the most populous country in the world is China, and the least populous country in the world is Vatican City. Here, according to 2017 census, the total population of Vatican City is only 1,000. This Vatican City is the smallest country in the world as well as the least populous country in the world. Here, let us have a unit overview. In this unit, we are going to discuss about theory of demographic transition, demographic features of Indian population, causes of rapid growth of population in India, remedies for population explosion, population policy in India, occupational and sectoral distribution of population. And the concepts which we are going to learn in this session is theory of demographic transition, demographic features of Indian population, causes of rapid growth of population in India. And children, after the discussion of this unit, and these are the things which we are going to learn about the population and knowledge regarding demographic transition and the various causes for rapid growth of a population. And here, population, it is a study of humans as resource, is vital for economic welfare, and it is particularly important because human beings are not only instruments in productions, but also ends in themselves. Here, human beings are treated as instruments in production. So what is production here? Production is producing goods and services with the help of the factors of production. That is, you all know very well, children, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. With the help of technology, we are producing the goods. And we are only the consumers. We are consuming the goods. We are called as consumers. Consumption in the economics, using of goods and services having an exchange value is consumption. So ultimately, the human beings who consume the goods. So that's why the study of human as a resource is vital, important. That is the reason they are treated as instruments in production as well as in consumption. Then it is necessary to know the quantitative and qualitative aspects of population. So what is quantitative here? Here we are learning about the quantity here, which includes the composition of population, density of population, distribution, growth, size, migration. All these comes under quantity. And qualitative aspects. Under qualitative aspects, we are going to learn this about the education, the development, diet, crime, wealth, etc. Then here we are going to learn about the rapid growth of population. Here, children, rapid growth of population leads to poverty, unemployment, and it becomes a barrier to development. So here, let me try to explain the meaning of poverty. Poverty is defined as a social phenomena in which certain sections of the society is unable to fulfill even its basic necessities of life. And unemployment. Unemployment, a state of unemployment appears when a laborer does not obtain employment opportunities despite his willingness to work on existing wage rate. So this rapid growth of population leads to these problems, and it's a barrier to development. Why we are calling population, rapid growth of population, as a barrier? In India, country's existing population is an obstacle to economic development, because for considering the available utilization of resources and the level of technological progress. Further, the growth of population will result in an additional burden on the economy, in the sense that it will make a larger demand on resources for unproductive purposes. Hence, rapid growth of population is a major constraint on its economic development. And here, in this unit, we are going to learn about theory of demographic transition. In the theory of demographic transition, we'll be learning about the 3 stages. First stage, second stage, third stage. First, let us try to understand what is demography. Demography is the study of human population. So according to this theory of demographic transition, India and many countries in the world, children, India and many countries in the world passes through 3 stages in which both the birth rate as well as death rate are typically associated with economic development. Then, in the first stage, here, generally in backward economies, where the agriculture is the main occupation of the people, which leads to the low per capita income, low standard of living, and leads to the high birth rate and the high death rates. In the first stage, high birth rate is matched by an equally high death rate. Thus, the population remains more or less stable. So, countries in the world, in this stage, in the first stage, the countries are underdeveloped. Why? Because the birth rate as well as the death rates are higher. And here, in the first stage, if we go through the table, the first stage is from 1891 to 1921. Here, births per 1,000 population is 45.8 and death per 1,000 population is 44.4. Here in the table, we can see more or less birth rates and death rates are equally higher they are. So there is no impact on the population growth. More or less the population will be stable. Here, let us try to understand various causes for high death rates and here, children, in the backward economies where agriculture is the main occupation, our India is an agrarian society where most of the people, nearly 70% of the population, depends on agriculture for their survival. Here, in agriculture, the per capita incomes are low, results in a low level of standard of living. Here, children, in the picture, you can see how the children are living. The standard of living is very low because of low levels of incomes. And even you can see the large number of people live on inadequate and unbalanced diet. That's here in the picture, you can see the poor diets because of the low level of incomes, because of the poverty. People could not afford the minimum basic needs. Inadequate food they are having here. And the poor housing conditions also, you can see, children. Here the housing conditions are horrible. In such a situation, people are used to live in the first stage of theory of demographic transition. And here the primitive sanitation also. Here the poor sanitation reduces the human well-being. The sanitation methods which they following will have its impact on the death rates. So here which leads to the high death rates and